Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to the Behringer XENYX QX1832 USB mixer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the best mixers on the market. It has superior quality. First of all, it comes with all of these wonderful features. You could use the Behringer wireless mic. That's the ULM 202. The mic is a good sounding mic. You just use it with a USB cord, plug it into your mixer, and you have two powerful mics. And the price point is just excellent. There's wonderful EQ, sound expander, voice cancellation. There's many outputs. You have two main outputs. You have a sub bass output. This mixer is of superior quality. I really endorse and like this mixer. So let's see what's going on inside the box. As you open this box, you will find a lot of cool stuff inside. Okay, I know it's not the most exciting things that you have, probably seen, but what's so cool about this mixer, okay, is that this mixer can be used in multiple different settings. Okay, multiple different settings, whether it be concerts, church concerts, church function, barbecues, everything possible. This mixer can be applied. Okay, so inside the mixer, it comes with some very simple thing. You have the power supply, you have a USB cord, and just the general mixer itself. Okay, and what is so decent about Behringer is that they pack their stuff really well, and sometimes that is critical because you want to make sure that anytime you are buying your stuff, okay, you want to make sure that your stuff are secure, your stuff is working pretty damn good for the money that you spent. Okay, so I really like this mixer. I really like this mixer. So inside, as you could see, I'm trying to take apart the cables. That's the power cord, that's the USB cable, and as you take out the mixer, if you look very closely, okay, this mixer is packaged very neatly. Those are some good styrofoams, man. Like, trust me, I wish if I had that to hold up some stuff in my house. Now that I'm looking at it, I should have probably kept it. But let's get on to the mixer. As you could see, it comes fully covered in plastic. Yes, all mixers are covered in plastic, but as a consumer, I've seen some stuff out there. All right, there's also a salt pack in there, and that salt pack is used to absorb the moisture, so that anybody who have any kind of common sense know that moisture and electronics aren't the best thing. There's also the manual in there, and the manual is a good piece of equipment to read. As you could see, I'm just flipping through it, showing you all the nice packaging. And look at the thing that I like about this mixer is the knobs, man. The knobs is just extremely nice. Okay, they're smooth on your fingers. It's just a very good mixer built wise. Okay, this is why I'm spending like 3 minutes talking about it, because it has a good build quality. Okay, and I really enjoy it. All right, if you look closely, as I'm gonna show you around a little bit closer with the camera now, you see that you have all these knobs, thousands and thousands of knobs. Okay, I don't know how many knobs, but there's a EQ system on there, which I really like, and this EQ system gives your equipment this nice rich sound. Okay, nice rich sounds. I know that people aren't excited about Behringer because it's not the best of the best on the market, but for me, I like to use Behringer. It gives me the nice sound that I like. Okay, as you could see in the back, there's a phantom power and multiple outputs that I really and truly like about this QX. It has 6 microphone channels, XLR microphone channels, right? And it's also, let me see, there's also 6 other channels, so it's technically a 14 channel mixer. All right. It has right here in front the hub that is used for the Behringer microphone, Behringer wireless microphone that is used with this USB link. Okay, in the front it's called the Ultralink ULM 2200D. Okay, and it's this microphone right here. Okay, and you know, you usually just plug it in there and it works. If you guys want to see that video, I put it up there. It's very simple, it's not too difficult. Alright, so now let's get into this mixer. This mixer is a powerhouse, I would want to say, right? It's a wonderful mixer. Like I showed you just now, it has the USB hub, right, to use with the microphone mixer for channel 1 and 2. But if you're not using it, you could just put in your regular XLR microphones like these Shores that I have right here. You could just plug it into channel 1 and 2 and you're good to go. Alright, and the channel is going to work as normal. And these wireless microphone volume is controlled by these. Okay, so you know, it's good. So you could use, you know, the Behringer regular microphones, right? The wireless microphone, or you could use your regular wired microphones, okay? Wired to wireless microphone. All right. It has these unbalanced line ins also in those first 6 channels where you have the XLR microphone, XLR cable input. There's also the master knobs on top of these channels right here, first 6 channels. There's, you know, you have the volume here, you have the EQ here, you have the compressor here, you have your send and your return, you have your effects button, you also have your mute cable, you have your pan knob left or right. You have all these, you know, wonderful features. For me, for my purposes, by the way, this cable that you guys keep seeing is my phone cable. My phone needs to charge. So just in case you guys run into on a gig and you need your phone to be charged, this USB hub here actually works. Okay? Okay, so my phone is back in effect and working better now. Okay, so there's that USB hub there that could use as a charging station. There's multiple inputs, okay, multiple. It's a 14 channel mixer, okay. You see, it's not lying. And the 14 channel is these first 6 solo channels, okay, and then each of the other line in channels. So it's, you know, one of these are considered, you know, 1 channel, 2 channels. So it's, you know, 8, 10, 12, and 14. Okay? Yeah, so you got the volume knob here. These knobs are pretty nice to the touch. They're pretty sophisticated. Okay? Pretty sophisticated. They're pretty nice. Okay, it feels pretty good. You know, it has these EQs here. That's pretty nice. Got, you know, multiple effects over here that you could use, and those are pretty nice too. It's a USB mixer, so that means that you could plug your USB cable that's plugged into the back. Let me show you guys. This USB cable is plugged into the back right here, directly into your computer for your mix. If you look in the back here, there's also the phantom cables, you know, the phantom power supply, which is pretty decent. Okay, we have the power cord in the back there. And you see there's a bunch of you know, channels, you know, that channels, you know, insert that you could plug in. There's the control room that you could send stuff to. You also have your subwoofer and your main, you know, two main outputs, which is pretty decent. Which is, you know, you could basically have a couple of, you could have a lot of stuff being sent out. So that's the thing that I love about this mixer. It's endless amount of, you know, line ins, and a lot of endless amount of stereo sends and returns, you know, endless amount. Okay, endless amount of effects. And it also comes with RCA cable. Okay, endless amount of, this is where you're going to put your headphone jack right here. You know, so you got the basic effects. Alright, so that's a little playing around of showing you, you know, what the mixer could do. Okay, so let's get into the functionality of this mixer. Okay, the basics that you should really just know. Okay, and then you could mess around. Okay, the basics. Okay, basics are this. All right, you know that the power cable has to be plugged in properly for this mixer to be on, and these are the power supplies in the back here. Okay, so if you don't see any light in front, make sure you check your power. Make sure that your power is turned on. It's in the up position. Okay, make sure that your power is on, and make sure that your power cable, is plugged in properly. Okay, these here are your master mix. Okay, this is the main out. Okay, you hear that? Mine's is on. You see, you could still hear that, right? Mine's is on. Those are your master mix. Okay, these are your sub mix. Okay, but these are the mixer channel and volume that sends, you know, that whatever is coming in sends it out to the mixer. Okay, people, critical. In order for this mixer, okay, for anything to come out of this mixer, these knobs right here has to be pressed down, meaning because this means that it's being sent to the main. If it's not, if these knobs aren't pressed down, these buttons, the main aren't pressed down, you're not gonna get anything coming out of the main. Okay, nothing is gonna come out. Okay, so let me give you a quick example. Open up Serato and play anything. What is it? It's whatever. I'll put in Rayquan. Okay, so that's playing, right? That's playing. Okay, you see the volume is coming out. My volume master knob of my Pioneer SX2 is coming out. Okay, so as you could see, it's coming out to the mixer. I'm in channel 9 and 10. Okay, so you go down there to channel 9 and 10. Okay, you turn up it. Okay, you're not hearing anything. Why? Because the main mix is down. Okay, so you hear that, right? Now, you gotta make sure that, okay, make sure that this main mix there is pressed. Okay, because if this main mix isn't pressed, you're not gonna hear anything. Okay, don't matter what you do. Okay, this main mix has to be pressed. Okay, I don't know why they designed it like that, but I guess, you know, they designed it, you know, like that. Okay, also too for your sub. Again, for anything to be coming out of for your sub, left and right channel, again, okay, the sub must be pressed. Okay, for anything to be coming out. All right, so those are the critical. Yeah, okay. So another critical critical fundamentals is that, as you could see, these little gain buttons on top here, okay, on top of the mixer. Please make sure that these gains are at least at 12 o'clock, okay, because if they're not, you're not going to hear anything. Okay, if they're down like that, at 0 gain, you're not going to hear anything, okay? That's it. So make sure that those gains are at 12 o'clock. Also, this comp button here, make sure that it's also at 12 o'clock too. Make sure that your EQ is at 12 o'clock. All right, so that you could get proper volume control. Okay, another critical thing, okay, is this right here. This effects button here. Okay, make sure that it's down. Okay, if you don't want any effects coming up, because if this is up, I'm sorry, that's the mono send. If this effects button is up right here, that says effects is up, all right, then you're gonna hear all the effects. All right, so make sure that that effects button is down. Okay, so let me give you a quick example. Okay, so if this effects button is up, okay, and I'm playing that, right? Okay, so, and these are the effects control right here, right? Alright. So once you turn it down, you hear? So make sure that these knobs aren't, you know, messing around. These knobs aren't turned up. Okay? That's important. Another critical thing now, okay, the last critical thing is controlling your EQ, okay? Alright, so there's a button here that's called EQ. Alright, sorry. Button there that's called EQ. Alright. Once the EQ button is pressed, that's where you get your EQ. If it's not, then that's not it. There's also the feedback detection button here. I don't know how great that works, but it's there. There's also a main mix and a monitor mix. All right. Don't know how great that works either. There's also something that's called the FBQ. All right. I'm guessing that's for expander. But the thing about this is that this gives you a more dynamic sound. Okay, so if this is all the way to the middle, it gives you a very clean sound. There's also a little button there that's called the voice canceller. Okay, to basically take out the voices out of songs. It's not that great. All right, so it's not really that great. So when you're using this mixer, is a couple of things that you have to be concerned with. Just a quick review. Okay, make sure that your gains are up. Okay, make sure that your comp are up, your EQ are up. Make sure that these effects buttons, these yellow buttons, aren't turned all the way up there. Okay, make sure that your mains are pressed, so that you could actually send your music to your to the main out to your speakers. Okay, and when you want to put on your effects, you know, you just turn up this volume here and control the effects right here to the send. Okay, your EQ is there. All right, so those are the most critical. Okay, remember main mix. Okay, volume control, turn up, turn down. Okay, make sure your effects are okay, and you know, all your extra channels, you could use them. Another thing, the last thing about this mixer that I'm going to tell you is that there's also the USB cable, which is so cool because you could literally play your songs. Okay, you can literally play your songs, okay, from your USB cable, okay, from your computer through your mixers directly. All right, so let me show you, okay, because this is really neat. Alright, so what I'll do, I'll take out my Serato. Alright, you should hear a pop sound. Oh no, you didn't. Okay. So what you're gonna do is that I'm gonna plug in my USB cable. Okay, so with the Mac, you have to change the system preference. Go into the system preference, go to sound, okay, and you use the USB codec as, I'm sorry, not input. You have to change the output, okay. So you're going to use the USB codec for the mixer as your output. Okay, as you can see, I got an Epson projector hooked up too via HDMI. That's why you was able to see that. So what you do, make sure that your volume is down, okay, before you press one button, because remember, it's a direct feed. Yeah, make sure that your volume is down, okay, because it's a direct feed into the mixer. There's no USB control, okay. There's no USB control, okay. This button, whatever the computer sends out, okay, that's what comes in here. There's no control. This is why I actually had to invest in one of these cables so that I could have volume control, okay, because with the USB there's no control. So before you do anything, make sure that the volume is down, okay. So what you're gonna do is that you press play. It's W and Serato. Oh. I guess Serato is doing its own thing. Let me see if this thing has changed. Preference code, output. Okay. I guess you have to change Serato itself. Okay. So, but I do know, like if you're playing from iTunes, okay, anything you play from iTunes, okay, you're not going to hear it through the computer speakers, right? If you play something off of YouTube, you're not going to hear it through the computer speakers. So what you do now is that you just make sure that this little button here is pressed down, okay? And when you press down, it sends, the channel to the main mix, okay? So let's see. You see what I'm saying? If you look closely, okay, this mixer didn't go anywhere. Okay, you hear how loud it is. So it's a direct feed. Okay, it's a direct feed. So please make sure before you do anything, you turn down all volumes. Okay, that's when you're using the USB cable to play out. Okay, on the flip side, you could also use it to, I always have this off because you don't want to accidentally have it working against you. Okay, so once this is off, okay, the music is still playing, you're not hearing anything. Once you click it back again, alright, that's it. Alright, so that is that. Those are the main critical things. It has some cool effects, you could mess around with these effects, but other than that, those are the basic functionality of this mixer, which is pretty decent. It's not too expensive, but so I think you should buy it if you want to. Some people advise that you you know, chips out or clips out a little bit, but you have to know what works for you and what works for your price budget. This mixer is of superior quality, and I would recommend it to anyone to buy it and to just get to learn it and to use it. It's a wonderful mixer. It's very good to use in multifaceted places and multifaceted situation. I think Behringer has a winner. Here's some extra footage of the different effects for your entertainment.
W-Y-N-G. Now I know what ABC. Next, I want you think with me. Be gentle, be gentle, be gentle, be gentle.
Yeah, that's DJ Troy. Yeah, you like it, right, Feedback?
Yeah.
Okay, DJ Troy. We love you, DJ Troy.
Oh,
Merci. This is so much fun. It's so cool. Yeah.
You can call me
So, DJ Troy. Yeah.
Delilah.
I like it.
Pretty name. It suits you.
So this one is going out specifically for the one and only, the best around. No one else in town. DJ Troy. DJ Troy. DJ Troy.
So, Delilah, did Uncle Luke
Babe.
make you have
I'm here.
sex with you earlier?
BJ time! BJ time! BJ time! BJ time! What do you think is that? BJ time! N-O-G N-O-G
You just gotta love that child. That's my little one, giving you guys some wonderful entertainment. So guys, if you like my video, please subscribe to YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will be very much appreciated. It's part of how I feed my family. That was my lovely little daughter, probably the next rock and roll star. No, hopefully the next gospel star. But yes, just subscribe to my channel and look out for more upcoming content. I plan on doing a lot of stuff before the year is out, so you guys could look out. If you guys have any questions about the mixer, please put it down in the comment. I'll be glad and happy to answer your questions. Okay, guys? So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting my channel, Good Intent Village. It's a wonderful channel. You're gonna learn a lot from me, and I hope to learn a lot from you in the process while making some money too. Gotta make the money. You got a kid to feed, and you see that kid is singing. So that was just some of the effects that the mixer could produce, and I was very happy to share that with you guys. Okay, all right, thank you.